Crypto Kids, welcome to this breaking news video where we will examine Strategy's 8K filing, which looks at how much Bitcoin has been sold because yes, Saylor has sold more Bitcoin. We are sitting at $62.6 thousand, so price didn't move so much, but we're at the point of concern. If 62.7 is lost, then my opinion is that we dump into the 59.1, 59.2 area and we can reevaluate from there. So this line here should not be broken with a daily confirmation. If you want a detailed update on Bitcoin's TA, I'll put a card at the top right-hand corner from our video from 12, 13 hours ago. Not much has changed, obviously. So if you crave Bitcoin analysis, head to that video because now we will concentrate on the Michael Saylor news. Sunday afternoon, Saylor posts his cryptic messaging of whether he decided to buy Bitcoin or sell Bitcoin. It's like a game. It's a horrible game in the bear. He didn't buy Bitcoin for over a month now. Bitcoin drive engaged, he wrote. And honestly, it sounds good, right? It sounds like he it sounds bullish. No? Well, turns out no. Because Strategy have sold officially 1,638 Bitcoin, equivalent to $104 million at an average price of 63.9K. They bought those Bitcoin at $75,400, meaning they're in a 15 to 20% loss for these particular Bitcoin, which were released into the markets. That was a Friday. When they sold, it must have been a Friday because on Friday was the last time we saw 63.9. Let me double check. Was it Thursday? Yeah, it was Friday, 63.9. So they must have sold around here. Hence, the big drop we experienced could have been funneled purely from Michael Saylor's selling pressure. Boy, oh boy. Well, why have they done this? They depleted their MSTR common A stock reserves by 290 million. The effort was done to repurchase Stretch, STRC. The tool, when we go back to parity, hopefully in the bull market, this tool will theoretically buy up so much more Bitcoin than what Saylor has been selling. When we analyze their leaderboard, the largest selling pressure they've done so far was between the July 1st to July the 5th, and August 3's revealed selling pressure is number 2 on the standing of how much Bitcoin Strategy have sold in total. So it's not a small figure. It's quite significant. Very unfortunately, I don't believe it to be the final Bitcoin sale conducted by MSTR because I see Bitcoin going down further in Q4, which means MSTR struggles, STRC struggles, and they will want to be more smart with their treasury management, buy up their debt or buy up their financial instruments to prepare for the bull where those financial instruments will yield more Bitcoin. That's their entire situation. On June the 29th, they announced their Bitcoin monetization program subheading, which will get you to assume that they will buy a bunch of Bitcoin. No? Yeah. Unfortunately, not the case. We made many content on this particular press article, so I won't keep it too long, but it's already affirmed that if they wanted to, they have the authorization to sell up towards $1.25 billion of Bitcoin to fund their USD reserve, and then additional sales to either buy up MSTR, fund preferred stock dividends and interest expenses, and replenish USD reserves after such payments. And the total comes to roughly 5 billion. Watcher Guru made a post on it. Bitcoin News recently made a post on it. It's true that it's old news because it was announced on June the 29th, and they may not end up selling up to 5 billion. They may not use the full criteria, which has been authorized. They may do less. But again, how many Bitcoin sales are we sitting on currently? Roughly 350-ish, $300 million. That's a far away from the 1.25 billion fund to purchase more fiat, and very far away from the $5 billion estimated total figure of Bitcoin sales. Finally, should we be worried on the spot price action? Do these sales impact Bitcoin? Well, clearly it does. It clearly does impact Bitcoin. Even if Saylor weren't selling, then my assumption would be that we do dump further into Q4 of 2026. The Clarity Act could have been a narrative that got us up in value. However, the Senate recess commences for 5 weeks beginning, well, Friday's their last day of congressional hearings. There was no Clarity Act scheduled for Monday. We've got the 4 days of the week. If we don't get the Clarity Act, then I think we can kiss it goodbye. And overall, ROI for this year, expected ROI for this year, is negative. It is a net negative. Heidel 2026, 2022, 2018. It's clear. The trend is very much clear. We know that August has poor performance. So from a positioning point of view, I've got a 3x leverage long position with low capital that I'm keeping in the event that Bitcoin decides to rally within, by the end of the second week of August. But my majority of my capital is strategized to accumulate Q4 lows and then buy in with 10x leverage for a total of $500,000 when we surpass the 200 daily moving average and the resistance line that kept our bear market intact so far. So a flip of the trend and a flip of the 200 daily will enable the position that I'm really looking forward to open, and I'll keep it open until the end of the bull. Guys and girls, that wraps up our video for Monday. If you would like to check out a place where you can trade Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, make sure to go to the links in the description down below to BTCC. First link, where after signing up with just your email address and password in 1 business day, you could be airdropped $1,000 value of a coupon to open trades with, and the profits you make will be for you to keep. And Levex, where we're running an incredible deposit weekly, get bonus weekly campaign. By signing up, you can replenish your deposit bonuses each week for as long as the campaign is active. I've negotiated super hard to keep it running for at least a couple of weeks, so take advantage of it before it goes away. Guys, thank you. Have a fantastic Monday, and I shall see you all soon. Bye-bye.